Hi everyone, welcome back to Brookvalleylife, or hello for the first time. Today we're talking archery again, and we're talking, should you join an archery club? This here is my local club that I have joined, and there's one main reason why I've joined the club, but we'll go into that later. There's lots of pros and cons we can look at. It'd be great to hear from everyone out in YouTube land. Should you join a club? Do you join a club? Do you want to join a club? Can you join a club? So stay with me and let's go and have a look. So before we get any further in, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone. I'm not sure if this is coming out before or after New Year. Hope you have a great time. Hope you've had a good break over the Christmas period. Got what you wanted, got your archery equipment, and yeah, back to shooting again. So, should you join an archery club? Very subjective, really. I've been a member of a couple of clubs back in the UK. Started off at Yelverton Bowmen in Plymouth in the southwest. I was a member of the Royal Navy archery team, then came to New Zealand. I was in Auckland, and I was a member of the North Shore Archery Club for a very short period, and then I had to stop because I was at sea. I was in the Navy, we were at sea, so I didn't have anywhere to shoot, time to shoot, all that type of thing. So work, yeah, bit too much. But in 2016 I moved to a place called Trentham, which is just outside of Wellington here in New Zealand, and I was there for 4 years, and I was lucky enough to join a local club which was right next to where I was working and where I was based. Trentham Archery Club, or Trentham Camp Archery Club as it was called. I'll put some pictures up to show you what it was like there. It was fantastic, and they had a target range out to 90 meters, which was fantastic. They had a clout range out to 185 meters, so compounders were perfect, and of course I'm a recurver, and we could get out to 165, and they had bare bow, juniors, and all. They had everything. And we also had our own field course as well, which was fantastic. 24, I think it was a 24 target one, I can't remember off the top of my head now. But yeah, fantastic club. And then I left the Navy, moved here to Nelson in New Zealand, and joined Sherwood Archery Club, Nelson. Local club, just a target range, nothing else. And they can get up to, I think we can do 90 meters there. I've only done it once, but we had to move the line back a bit so we could get the full 90 meters. Nice little club, just target, no clout, no field. And yeah, it was great. But why did I join? Well, the main reason I joined the club was to be able to shoot at a certain distance. Here at home, I've got an 18, well, I can shoot up to 25 meters actually if I need to, but I've got an 18 meter range, which is comfortable, and I can shoot there all day long whenever I want to. Sweet. But I joined the club so I could shoot longer distances and practice a bit. I've got, as you hopefully all know, a competition coming up in February, which I'm training for, and that's going to be 45 meters and 30 meters, I believe, but mainly 45. So I've been shooting 45 meters just to get into the swing of things. So one of the reasons, one of the pros of joining a club is to be able to shoot at longer distances. But first of all, do you have clubs close to you that you can go to? Here in New Zealand, especially in the South Island, there's not many clubs. We're lucky to have this small club here in Nelson. I believe there's one in Christchurch, and between Christchurch and Dunedin, that little area, there's a couple of clubs as well, but there's nothing that I can find anywhere else in between. North Island, there is. So that's good. So do you have to travel to get to the club? Are they convenient for you? So we'll go through the pros of joining a club first. And I've made myself a little bit of a crib sheet, aid memoir, as some people call them. So pros. First one, archery community, meeting like-minded people. It's great. I've made loads and loads of friends in the archery community when I've been shooting. And these are people I would never have met in normal daily life because they're nothing to do with my line of work and you just don't meet them. But I met them through archery, some great people. Over in Wellington, when I was shooting over there, not just from my club, but from other clubs as well. And if I say final countdown, if they're watching, they'll know what I mean. Camaraderie as well. When you're shooting in competitions and you've got other club members, they all come in and give you support. If you're struggling, they're there to pick you up and make sure you're shooting well. And if you don't shoot well, they're there to say, they're there, pat on the back, you'll do better next time, these things happen. Yeah, you shot well anyway. So that type of thing. So community, camaraderie, and it's great. And each of the clubs have got their own colours, their own tops, and you can see who's shooting for who. So there's one. Second, pro. Access to resources. One is the range itself, a clout range, a field range, even just a target range going out to 70 meters is great. Yeah, because not many people have a flat 70, 90 meter area they can shoot in. If you do, good on you. Equipment. Yep, so when you're first joining, you don't really buy your own equipment before you start shooting. You go to a local club, you do a beginner's course, which is great because it helps with safety. It shows you how to shoot properly, and you can get to use the club's bows. So you don't have to spend a lot of money buying the wrong bow and then figure out, oh, I've just spent $500 on something I'm not going to use. And you may go and do a beginner's course and figure out that you don't like the sport. And then you've spent $500, and what you're going to do with it? Sell it, may get $200-300 and you've lost money. So this access to resources is a great thing, and sometimes you can do a swap or a sale within club members as well. I've done that a few times where I've sold limbs, a riser, a compound bow to other people in the club who are coming through and they want some better equipment, and you're selling because you bought something else as well. So access to resources, fantastic. Structured training is another one. So when you first join a club, you usually have to do a beginner's course or to prove that you can shoot. The guys there, especially on the beginner's courses, will train you. And on some clubs, you'll have training for intermediates and elite archers. So the coaching comes into it as well. Does the club have coaches? Are they any good? When I was back in Trentham, we had a couple of coaches over there, very good. I trusted them completely, and you need to have a coach that you can trust. Yep. Rob Turner, I'll drop a name there, who was in New Zealand. I think he was an Aussie, but he's was in New Zealand. From my point of view, Archery New Zealand screwed up big time when they didn't offer him a coaching position for archers in New Zealand. He's a world-class coach. We paid him to come down to coach for a little bit in Wellington area because I was a member of the Wellington Archery squad at the time. Fantastic coach. Trusted him completely, changed my shot, and it was good and got me shooting consistently. Trentham, we had some level 1 and 2 coaches, I think it was. They're very good as well, but I've had other people who are coaches that I haven't trusted completely. Yeah, they may know what they're talking about, but it wasn't working with me. I think that's the best way of putting it. So having a way in with coaches and a training system, another good thing for clubs. And finally, safety. Shooting within a club, there are rules that you have to abide to, and there's safety things. So You're not going to go and collect your arrows when someone else is shooting. You have a certain amount of time to shoot in a certain number of arrows, which is what you would do in competition. And it disciplines you to shooting properly. Sometimes it is nice to shoot on your own and just shoot 12 arrows at a time, which is what I do at home, which is really good. So you could say it's a bit of a con as well. It's being too structured and it's not very flexible. So there's my pros for joining a club. Let me know if you have any others. So let's go and have a look at the cons. Why shouldn't you join a club? 1, cost. The cost to join an archery club can be quite a lot. I know back in the UK you would pay out a normal fee to join the club, and then you would have a target fee each time you shot, and it may be a couple of pounds, couple of dollars each time just to pay for targets, faces. Here in New Zealand, I pay my fee, and that's it. You don't pay target face fees each time you shoot, which I think is fantastic. The cost, some of the times you pay a fee to join a club, but it doesn't include the national fee to join, say, Archery New Zealand or Archery GB or Archery USA, whatever you've got. That's what we have here. You pay a club fee and then you have to go to Archery New Zealand and pay another fee to be able to shoot and be counted in classification for the country. So cost can be a limiting factor. The club that I shoot at is one of the cheapest. I think it's $70 or $80 a year. That's New Zealand dollars. So what's that? £40 or around £40, $40, somewhere around there. Others are a lot more around the country here. So, and I know in the UK especially, it can be quite expensive. Now this next con, limited flexibility, we have talked about that, but not just when you're shooting, it's when you can shoot. Your club might be only open 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and you want to shoot more and more for practicing. I shoot every day at the moment, when it's not raining, of course, and having that access to somewhere you can shoot is invaluable. Some clubs do have an open day, as in the day they do open, but they also give keys to members so they can go in and shoot whenever they want to as well, as long as they put the flag up and they abide by the rules. So limited flexibility can be a thing, and shooting 6 arrows, 3 hours at a time, whatever they are talking about or whatever they've said the rules are at that time. At my club, between I think it's 9 and 10, it's 3 arrows because it's juniors. After 10 o'clock, 6 arrow ends. When I'm at home, I shoot 12 arrow ends just to build up my strength. Rules and regs. Again, it's another one. This comes in with your limited flexibility. Next one. Now, we talked about community and camaraderie. Sometimes the personal dynamics between people at a club don't work. And you could have people who, to put this nicely, really tick you off. I was at a club and I was shooting, and some person came over and said, "Oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. You need to do this, this and this." And this was a guy who'd been shooting less than a year. He thought he knew everything. He thought the bow was wrong. And I'd been shooting for a while. I'd had my coach at the time, had set everything up, and it was shooting well. So you'll always get those people who think they know everything, and you don't want to do it like that. You want to do it like this. Think they know things, and they've never shot a Olympic recurve, they're traditional or a bare bower, and anybody. So personal dynamics. And really the final con is possible pressure. If you're at a club and you're a half decent shooter, the club may want you to shoot at competitions to promote the club, and they put pressure on you to go to these things. They put pressure on you to go to like national championships, and shooting under pressure, people can fall apart it's all a mental side of things. I try to shoot with no pressure at all, but you always have some. You're always a little bit nervous at competitions, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I hate shooting in the rain, or should I say I hate shooting in the wind. Shooting in the rain's fine as long as there's no wind. Shooting in the wind, I'm arse. Yeah, simple way of putting it. I practiced and just not very good at it. But a little bit of wind or no wind and I can shoot as good as anybody else, or when I was shooting well. So the pressure can get to people a little bit, but if you are shooting, try and keep calm. Even when you're training, try and keep calm. People will come and talk to you when you're wanting to train. So yeah, pressure can be a big thing. So they're the pros and cons of joining a club. Should you, shouldn't you? It's up to you. Do you have a club close to you? Let me know. All my normal viewers, stick it in the comments. Do you shoot a club? If you do, let me know where you're shooting. It'd be great to hear from other people from other clubs around the world. As I said, I used to shoot at Yelverton Bowman in Plymouth in the UK. I shot in the Southwest and I shot at the English UK GB Nationals, indoors that is. I'm shooting here in New Zealand, Sherwood Archery. I've been a member of Trentham Archery Club. Just to name drop a few, Randwick. Guys down there, fantastic. Mana as well, fantastic. Where else? All the North Shore, Mountain Green, Auckland Archery Club, Dunedin, Southland, all you guys down in Southland here. So yeah, all the clubs here, brilliant. All the people that I've come across, fantastic. Had some really, really fun times. Oh, not forgetting the guys in Wanganui, at Marangai. Hopefully I said that right. So stick it in the comments. Should you, shouldn't you? Pros, cons. It'd be nice to hear from everyone. So I hope you've enjoyed that quick video on why or should you join an archery club. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like, subscribe, all the other good YouTube things. I will catch you next time. Keep shooting. Have fun in the new year. Bye-bye for now.